little fox.
Journey to the West. Chapter 4. Secret Formulas. When the other students went to bed that night, Wukong stayed awake. At 3 o'clock in the morning, he crept quietly through the dark temple. He entered Subodhi's room.
Wukong, what are you doing here?
Asked the sage.
I understood your secret message,
Said the monkey.
You hit me on the head 3 times. That meant you wanted me to visit you at 3 o'clock. Now, will you teach me how to live forever?
Subodhi smiled.
I knew you were a worthy student. Come closer.
Subodhi whispered into Wukong's ear. The sage whispered prayers as well as secret formulas about the universe and nature. As the monkey listened to his teacher's words, powerful light filled the room. Now Wukong knew how to live forever. For the next few years, Wukong meditated and practiced the secret formulas. While the other students slept at night, Wukong stayed up. Soon his mind and body were powerful, and he could change shape or size. He could turn into other animals and soar through the sky on clouds. One day, all the students were sitting outside.
Wukong,
Said one student.
you have been busy lately.
It's true.
Said another student.
What have you been doing?
I've been meditating and practicing secret formulas.
Said Wukong.
Secret formulas?
Said the first student. Everyone looked very interested. They leaned in closer to Wukong.
Yes,
Said the monkey.
our master told them to me.
He did?
Said a student.
You must be special. He doesn't tell everyone those formulas. What did he teach you?
Wukong smiled.
He taught me how to live forever. He also taught me how to change into other things.
Show us what you can do.
Said the student. Wukong stood up. He muttered a quick spell and made a sign with his hands. Suddenly, zap! The monkey was gone. An enormous pine tree stood in his place. Wukong's voice came from the tree.
What do you think?
The students clapped and cheered.
That's amazing.
Said one.
The monkey is truly powerful.
Said another. The noise disturbed Subodhi. He ran outside and saw the enormous pine tree.
What's going on out here?
He shouted. Everyone stopped cheering. Wukong quickly turned back into himself. Subodhi's eyes flashed with anger.
Everyone but Wukong, go inside.
He yelled. Subodhi waited for the other students to leave.
I taught you the secret formulas so you could live forever.
Said the sage.
Not so you could show off.
I'm sorry.
Said Wukong.
I...
Subodhi kept talking.
Now all of the students have seen what you can do. They will want to know how to do it too. If you don't tell them, they might harm you. It's not safe for you to stay here anymore. You must go.
Wukong started to cry.
But Master, where will I go?
Go back home.
Said Subodhi.
But you taught me so many things.
Said the monkey.
I must repay you first.
You don't need to repay me.
Said Subodhi.
Just try to stay out of trouble.
The sage looked at Wukong for a moment. Then he said,
I can see that you will do evil things someday. Don't tell anyone you are my student. Now go.
Wukong hung his head.
Goodbye, Master.
He leaped onto a cloud and left. After a short journey, Wukong arrived at the Fruit and Flower Mountain.
I have returned!
He called. The gibbon ran to him.
Your Majesty, something terrible has happened.
Journey to the West, Chapter 5, The Demon of Chaos.
What happened here?
Wukong asked the gibbon. A few more monkeys and apes gathered around Sun Wukong and the gibbon. They looked scared,
A demon attacked us.
said the gibbon.
We tried to fight him, but he was too powerful. He stole most of our things and kidnapped many of us.
Wukong was furious.
Who is he? Where does he live?
He is called the Demon of Chaos.
Said the gibbon.
He came from the north.
Wait here.
Wukong ordered.
I will handle the demon.
The demon is very powerful.
The gibbon warned.
I learned many things from a sage.
Wukong replied.
I am now as powerful as a god. I'm not afraid of any demon. I'll be back soon.
He leaped into the air and flew north. His subjects stared in amazement,
Our king can fly.
said the gibbon. Wukong soon spotted a gloomy mountain. Dark clouds hung over it.
That looks like a demon's home.
He thought. Wukong landed on the mountain and found a cave. 2 guards stood at the entrance, practicing sword fighting,
I'm king of the Fruit and Flower Mountain.
yelled Wukong.
The demon of chaos attacked my subjects. I want revenge.
The guards shrieked and ran into the cave. The demon of chaos was sitting at a table, eating a meal.
Disaster!
One guard cried,
What sort of disaster?
asked the demon.
There's a monkey outside!
Said the other guard.
He said he's king of the Fruit and Flower Mountain! You attacked his subjects! Now he wants revenge!
The monkeys and apes are spoken of a king.
Said the demon.
He left to find a sage. I guess he returned.
The demon stood up,
Does the monkey have any weapons?
No!
said one guard.
Then get me my armor and my sword.
Said the demon. A moment later, the demon of chaos walked outside. He looked at Wukong and laughed.
You're just a little monkey.
He said. Wukong looked up at the huge demon.
I am small,
He said.
but I am more powerful than you can imagine.
I'm not afraid of you.
Said the demon. He swung his sword. Wukong jumped out of the way and then flew at the demon. Pow! Wukong hit the demon on the nose.
Ah!
Cried the demon. Wukong pulled out a handful of his own hair and blew on it. Poof! Each strand of hair turned into a fake monkey, exactly like Wukong. All at once, the fake monkeys attacked the demon, punching and kicking him.
What's going on?
Cried the demon, trying to fight all the fake monkeys.
It's a magic spell.
Said Wukong.
It's called Body Beyond the Body.
The demon of chaos was soon destroyed. Wukong chased away the guards and then went into the cave. He found all the monkeys and apes that the demon had kidnapped. When they saw him, they cheered.
Your Majesty!
Cried the monkeys and apes.
You came back!
Wukong smiled.
I will take you home.
The next morning, Wukong woke up early.
Other demons might attack us.
He thought.
We must be ready to protect ourselves.
Wukong spent the day teaching his subjects how to fight. They practiced with swords and spears. Before long, the monkeys and apes were a fierce army,
No demon will dare bother us now.
said the gibbon.
No.
Said Wukong,
There's just one problem, though.
What's that?
asked the gibbon.
I can't use any of the weapons we have.
Said Wukong. Journey to the West, Chapter 6, The Dragon King.
What's wrong with our swords and spears?
Asked the gibbon.
They're fine for normal monkeys and apes.
Said Wukong.
But I am very powerful. I need a much heavier weapon.
The gibbon thought for a minute.
A dragon king lives at the bottom of the Eastern Sea.
He said.
Maybe he has a weapon you can use.
That's a good idea.
Said Wukong.
I'll be back soon.
He said a quick spell so he could breathe underwater. Then he dived into the stream. He swam to the ocean and went deeper and deeper. Soon he arrived at a large palace. The Dragon King and the Dragon Queen were sitting at a table, having tea. The Dragon King looked over when Wukong walked in.
Who are you?
Asked the Dragon King.
I'm king of the Fruit and Flower Mountain.
Said Wukong.
My name is Sun Wukong.
It's nice to meet you.
Said the Queen.
Would you like some tea?
No, thank you.
Said Wukong.
I need a heavy weapon because I'm as strong as a god. I want one of yours.
Well,
Said the Dragon King.
I suppose I could find a weapon for you.
The Dragon King looked at a turtle soldier.
Find a heavy weapon for Sun Wukong.
The turtle went out of the room. He soon came back, slowly dragging a huge sword. He dropped the sword and then fell down, out of breath. Wukong picked up the sword with no trouble at all. Swish, swoosh! He waved the sword through the air, pretending to fight.
This sword is too light.
Said Wukong.
Find me a better weapon.
This monkey is rude.
The Dragon Queen whispered to her husband.
You're right, dear.
The Dragon King whispered back.
Let's find him something quickly so he'll leave.
A few minutes later, several turtles and octopuses dragged an enormous spear into the room.
There.
Said the Dragon King.
That looks like a very heavy weapon. Right, Wukong?
Wukong lifted the spear and began stabbing at the air. He shook his head.
This spear is too light.
The Dragon King snorted.
That spear is very heavy. How can you say it's too light?
To me, it's light.
Said Wukong.
Find me something else.
We don't have anything else.
Said the Dragon King.
That's the heaviest weapon we have.
Wukong stomped his foot.
I'm not leaving until I get what I want.
This is an outrage.
Said the Dragon King. The Queen whispered to him again.
What about the magical iron bar in the treasury? I'm sure that's heavy enough.
We can't give that to him.
Said the Dragon King.
It's a treasure from heaven.
Who cares?
Said the Queen.
I just want this monkey out of my palace.
The Dragon King sighed.
Wukong, we might have something heavy enough for you.
Bring it here.
Said Wukong.
We can't.
Said the Dragon King.
It's too heavy for anyone to lift. But if you can lift it, we'll let you have it.
Show me where it is.
said Wukong. The group went to the treasury. An enormous iron pillar stood in the center of the room. Beams of golden light shone from it,
That pillar was used to measure all the oceans and rivers.
said the Dragon King. Wukong went closer and looked up at the large piece of iron. The Dragon King folded his arms.
If you can pick it up, you can have it.